I suppose it's just the life of a footballer, but how have you and the rest of the squad adapted to the situation?
Yeah, it's obviously disappointing news to hear Reece is leaving, but listen, he has his own reasons and whatever's happened. So, listen, like you say, it's part of football. All we can do is keep working hard and focus on the game ahead.
Just shows you how much can change. We knew that there was going to be a delay from our last game, so a big kind of few days of activity despite there not being any football. You guys must be just desperate for that game to come around on Saturday.
We can't worry about things like that. We just need to train well this week, and we'll be prepared by Sinclair and Huts and Prunty to go ahead this weekend and hopefully get a good result.
I know, especially after the defeat. I remember when we talked to Rico about it directly after the game at East End Park. You just want to get to that next game as soon as you can, so that wait must have been really irritating.
There's nothing worse when you get beat. You kind of want to play as soon as possible, so to have that free week kind of disrupts things, but we're ready now and we're good to go.
Queen's Park then, they'll come here themselves on the back of a defeat and a draw opening day, so both teams will be looking for that first win in the league campaign this Saturday. What do you expect for them?
Yeah, it'll be a tough game. They've got a lot of new players. I know Sean, the manager, well, so I'd imagine he'll have them really well drilled. So we know what to expect, but we're looking for our one as well, and hopefully we can do that.
We'll fancy ourselves to get that here at our place as well, especially with the backing of the support and given how well we did, particularly second half against Ross County.
Yeah, that's something to build on for us. Obviously, the Film game was really disappointing, but we were good that last game at home here, so hopefully they can come support us again and we can give them a good result.
From the season, from its start, we've looked decent. We have had a couple of disappointing results. At the end of the Alloa game was frustrating, and I know you guys were all frustrated with how things worked out at East End Park. But what's the feeling within the camp about how the season started?
Alright, obviously the end to the cup was really disappointing, but the first three games was really good. It was just that Alloa result kind of dampened everything, but we can't worry about that too much. And then obviously a really quite positive first game of the season against probably one of the favourites for the league, and then the Fairland game was disappointing, but we're not worrying about that. We're in a good place and we'll keep working hard.
We might not have quite had the kind of turnover in playing staff that Queen's Park have had, but there's still a lot of new faces in there. How do you feel that gelling together process is going?
Yeah, it certainly wasn't as much as maybe last year. I think it's only 5 or 6, but everybody's fitted in really well. As players we all know, so yeah, everybody's well settled in now and we're gelled well.
And yourself, you get a good number of goals to start the League Cup campaign, but you and your teammates getting into attacking areas, we've maybe just not been quite as sharp top end of the pitch in these two league games as we looked in those League Cup games. So is that just an area you're still working on?
Yeah, that's what we're all working on, myself and all the other attackers, to get in the positions first and foremost, and then score as many goals and create as many goals as we can. So we'll keep working on that and hopefully chip in with as many goals as we can. At
this stage of the season, you're looking at your third league game, so that there's no point really in looking around the table, but it would give us a big boost to get that 3 points and have that first win in the league campaign and take us onto that next step, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. The table's irrelevant at the moment. It's just about trying to get the wins on board, and just the table will take care of itself. We win games, you know what I mean? So that's all we're focused on. And
I suppose it's one of those things where really until the first quarter's been, it's hard to get a gauge on the other teams because you tend to get bizarre results in the early stage of the season. So it's about waiting for things to settle down to get a real gauge of where we are.
Yeah, every team's in the same position, just kind of they're trying to gel as well and get used to their new squad. So like you say, it'll probably be later on once it kind of calms down and we'll have a better idea where we're at.
How has training been? Obviously, Sinclair, Huts, Prunts, they've been in and around it the whole time anyway, but has there been any changes, any differences for you guys as far as you can tell?
Not much. They obviously worked in a similar way to what Reece did, so there's not much change. We just need to give it our all. It shouldn't change for us. We'll give them our all, and that's all we can really do.
And it's sort of a disgrace to refer to you as an experienced member of the squad, really, but have you been able to be there supporting the captain, vice-captain, guys like Gints and stuff like that are perhaps the more experienced in terms of age, to help the younger guys through the kind of strangeness of the situation?
Aye, that's what we were saying the other day. It's the first time a lot of these boys have seen this happen, so all you can do is kind of let them know everything's going to be fine and we're there if anybody needs any help, but we'll all stick together and we'll be fine.
And I suppose having a game at home against a team that will fancy your chances of beating must give you a lot to focus on and help you just hone in and shutting out that outside noise.
Yeah, we can't worry about it. You know what I mean? It's done now, and whatever happens, happens. So all we can focus on is the training and the match on Saturday, and that's what we're doing.
Well, Saturday can't come quick enough. Lewis, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Aaron, a chance to put yourself straight into the starting lineup at the start then?
No, I think them days are numbered for me. So I'm happy to side with Huts.
It's obviously a kind of strange situation. I imagine you've had a quieter time of 4 or 5 days than the last 4 or 5 days, but it puts us in a situation where we've got to get on and prepare for Queen's Park. What's it been like with the group? How have they adapted to the situation?
Yeah, it's obviously been different. That's always the case when there's a change of manager, change of staff. The boys have first few days. It's obviously a bit of a shock because it's probably the first time it's happened to a lot of them in their careers. But it's about full focus on the Queen's Park game now.
And I suppose yourself, Huts, Prunty, you're able to keep that continuity going and keep the guys into what they should be focused on, which is trying to get those 3 points when Queen's Park visits.
Yeah, no, totally agree with that. It's just about focusing on this game. It's bouncing back from the defeated Dunfermline. We've had a lot of time to sort of think about what we've done, positives and negatives, and then sort that out for the game on Saturday.
And when it comes to Queen's Park, I suppose like us, they've had a draw and a defeat, so not their best start, but it puts both teams in a position where they'll be looking at this as a real chance to get 3 points. What do you expect from them?
Yeah, no, we've obviously watched the game back that they played against Arbroath, probably similar to our game, not much in it, until Arbroath get the opening goal from the free kick, and then they sort of take over from there, get another goal quickly, and then the game's over from there. So it's just about us being us. We're the home team. We need to take the game to them, and hopefully we can do that.
They're obviously a different outfit from the one we played last season, and Sean Crichton has got in there, and in any kind of new managerial situation we'll be trying to put his stamp on things and his ideas across. So do you expect them to play a lot differently than we would have seen last season?
Yeah, no, definitely. Sean's went in there and put his own, him and Jim are trying to put their own stamp on it. So in terms of their playing style, it is slightly different from last season, but we just have to adapt to that and try and overcome it.
Obviously, you mentioned it yourself. We've had a wee bit of a gap between the two games since we last played against Dunfermline and the game coming up. So has that helped us on the injury front? How's Kingy getting on? How's the rest of the guys?
No, it's obviously that 2 week break from our last game obviously gives us a chance to boys to get back fit. Kingy's doing well, working hard with Stuart, so he won't be too far away. A few other boys have bumps and bruises, so hopefully they'll be fine for Saturday as well.
And guys like Strappy and Reedy both progressing nicely?
Yeah, probably Strappy's maybe further on than Reedy. Reedy's maybe a few more weeks, but Strappy's definitely getting closer to game time. He's sort of involved in training non-contact just now, so he won't be too far away.
And I suppose for yourself, there's been times where the previous manager had been out on the pitch, so you'd have been in the dugout regardless. So I guess it's not too different for you come Saturday for your own personal experience. No,
nothing really changes for me. I'm sort of been that aid for the manager that was here previously, and now Huts will be the aid for me, and Prunty as well. So just about getting that group together, getting that togetherness, and just fully focusing on Saturday.
And I suppose that gap we mentioned means that the boys must be absolutely desperate to get out there and get a game finally back underway.
I know it comes with its own negatives once you obviously coming off the back of the Dunfermline game and you just want that game straight away. You'd be happy if the game was Tuesday, but we've had to wait. But it's probably helped us prepare for this game a little better.
Brilliant, right? We'll see you on Saturday. Thank you very much, Aaron.
Thank you.